When it comes to operating your own business, there are so many things that we could be thinking about. I mean, there are so many businesses around the world that do different things and act in different ways, but they all have several things in common. So in this video, I want to share with you 3 of the factors that I've come up with, and I want to share them with you in hopes that it helps you improve your business in a small way and maybe helps us see business in a different light, potentially. We'll see. So the very first thing I want to share is that every great business operates with generosity. Of course, there are things like needs, right? Essentials, daily essentials like foods and drinks and stuff like that. So great businesses, I mean, those businesses that offer things like that, Walmart and all those different areas, grocery stores, this doesn't really operate on generosity. As long as those essentials are there, people will buy them until the cows come home, right? But when we're talking about adding value and actually making a difference in someone's life beyond the essentials, generosity really comes into play. And one of the reasons why generosity is so important is because it really helps you stand out among a sea of people who don't really care. A lot of people are just out there to make a quick buck, right? And you can sort of sniff out those people. But when you come across people who actually seem like they care and they want to make a difference in your life in a small way, that is where generosity can really set you apart. Not just in your attitude and your content, but also the consistency with which you add value to the world. Whether that's every single week or bi-weekly or even monthly, if you continue to show up to your people and continue to deliver good stuff to them on a regular basis, then you are setting yourself up for a long-term business to run for decades, honestly. So I think every great business that operates on generosity has a great footing basically to extend for a long period of time. And you can share an example with me where you disagree, but I don't really think that applies. I don't really think that would be the case. I guess you could always be like overly generous and give away everything for free, so you have nothing to sell. In that case, that's a little bit overboard. Then you're mainly just doing it for a hobby. It's not really a business anymore, right? So there has to still be some transaction of value and income, but just saying that generosity is the first pillar I kind of wanted to touch on. The second one kind of feeds into it, but that is the value and the necessity. So of course, if you have something that people actually want, then your product can almost sell itself. Like, you don't really have to be a great salesman, but if there is something that people actually feel like they want or even need, then you are starting from a great place, right? The greatest products fulfill the greatest needs, right? So for hobbyist markets, maybe this is a little bit more difficult. Like, let's say for my niche, writing music, not everyone is a musician, right? And even less of a percentage of people want to write orchestral music. So naturally my niche is a little bit smaller. But that also means that I can sort of get to know my audience even better. The people that do show up in my audience, those are the people I kind of rely on to give me a pulse for what these people are actually looking for. So that impacts my free content, that impacts what I sell, my coaching programs, everything. I want to tailor it to these people who make up my audience, basically, right? So if I'm adding value to them in a strong way and I'm changing their life in a very small way through their music making process, then I'm sort of building trust in that regard, and then they have more of a likely chance to do business with me afterwards. And we've already talked about necessities and essentials, right? If you offer things that people actually need to survive, then you'll be good to go. If you drive a car, you need gas, right? You need probably oil changes and all that stuff. So yeah, if you're adding value in some way, you're also setting yourself up for success. You're a great business if you offer a valuable product or service. The third and final thing is flexibility. Now, we know that the world is always changing, and we as business owners, we have to be adaptable and flexible to respond to those changes. So for example, TikTok, right? At the time of this recording, TikTok just got banned in the US. And I was on Facebook checking out some groups, and people were saying, oh, my entire TikTok account was closed. Like, these guys making 6 figures on TikTok are distraught because suddenly they've lost their entire business and they've banked on TikTok staying up for a long time so that they can monetize their audience, right? But now with it gone, they're just like, what do I do, right? And we know that email list building is always the most important thing to be doing in your business. Social media can change on a whim, just like what TikTok did. Instagram can change their algorithm, Facebook can, Twitter can. Like, none of these platforms are really reliable, but email has been something that's been around for a long, long time and will likely still continue to thrive into the future. It's also the most direct way you can connect with your audience on a personal level, right? So if these people were adaptable and flexible, they would try to build their audience through an email list. Maybe that's through MailChimp or Wix or whatever platform that they decide, but there's always ways that you can rebuild and start again and maybe do even better than you did before, right? Everything that happens is a learning experience in some regard. So that's why flexibility is so important. If something happens that you don't like in your business, if something fails, you want to be able to adapt to that and move accordingly. Like, I've done product launches that haven't necessarily done very well because I realized that they weren't really a good fit for my audience, and the results reflected that. So now I know that in order to continue adding value to my audience in the most efficient and powerful way, I should probably keep on delivering value that they want, the material that they are actually asking for, and the stuff that they actually need to make their music better. If I focus on that, then that helps me grow my business, but also impacts my people stronger. And that's what really matters in the end. So generosity, continue to give out free content and your best stuff. Number 2 is value and necessity. Make sure you're actually delivering something that transforms people and adds value to them. And also be flexible. Be adaptable in today's marketplace. There's going to be changes that continue into the future. So if you can stay on top of those and really see and understand what's happening in your niche, then you'll have a great business because you're kind of malleable and you're not like stubborn and like stuck in one place, right? So that's pretty important, of course. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. Let me know if you have any questions and you have any additional things to share, any additional like any more elements that you think that come to mind. Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to hear from you as well. And if you're starting your own business, you are looking for that platform to host everything on. You want that all-in-one ease of a platform. You want your website, your courses, your community, your payments, everything handled in one place. Kajabi is the one I've been using for many years, and I have recommended it to my students for a long time as well. So they usually give you a 14-day free trial on their website, but if you use my affiliate link down below in the description, christophercu.com/Kajabi, then I can get you an extended 30-day free trial plus 2 bonus mini courses, Kajabi in 30 days, which literally walks through how to set up your business on Kajabi step-by-step during your free trial, and also content marketing for creatives, which goes through the exact business model I'm using to put out free content into the world and then monetize it on the back end. And if you use my link, you're not paying anything extra. It's just that a portion of your payment will come back to support me and help me make more videos like this into the future. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.